4th grade. We're ready for language lesson 162. This morning we're going to start off with reviewing our troublesome words, our words sit and set, lie and lay. We want to get those definitions down very clearly so that we use the words correctly. So first of all, the word sit. What does the word sit mean? The word sit means to rest or be seated. And what are the other forms of the word sit? Sitting, sat, and have sat. And all of those forms mean to rest or be seated. Now, what about the word set? What does that mean? Set means to put or place something. And what are the other forms of the word set? Setting, set, and have set. They all mean to put or place something. Now, what about the words lie and lay? What does the word lie mean? Lie means to rest or recline. Now, what are the other forms of the word lie? Lying, lay, and have lain. Now, what about the word lay? What does that mean? To put or place something. Now, what are the other forms of the word lay? Laying, laid, and have laid. Okay, so they all mean to put or place something. Now, also, subject-verb agreement. We've talked about this numerous times, but what is subject-verb agreement? Subject-verb agreement is when if you have a singular subject, you have a singular verb. If you have a plural subject, you have a plural verb. So how can you tell? Remember, plural subjects usually begin with end with S, and singular subjects usually do not end in S. Plural verbs usually do not end in S, and singular verbs usually end in S. It's opposite from each other. So that's how you can tell. Now, getting into our lesson today, we're talking about learn and teach, can, and may. What do those words mean, and when should we use those words? So let's talk about them. I have some sentences on the board. First of all, the word learn means to obtain knowledge. Its other forms are learn, learning, learned, and have learned. They all mean to obtain knowledge. Now, an example sentence of that would be, I learned to swim. You obtained that knowledge. You now know how, okay? Now, the word teach means to give knowledge. It's kind of the opposite. You're giving knowledge. The other forms of teach are teaching, taught, and have taught. Now, an example sentence of that would be, Father taught me to swim. Okay, so you're giving, Father gave knowledge to you. Now you know he taught you how to swim. The next word, can, refers to ability or power. An example sentence would be, he can lift a cement block with one hand. So he has the ability to do that. Our next word is may, and that is, may refers to permission. An example sentence would be, you may return to your seats. So we don't want to get learn and teach confused and can and may. We need to use can if we're referring to ability and may when referring to permission. You should not say you can return to your seats if you're talking about giving permission, because can is the ability. We probably already know you have that ability, but do you have the permission is what we were talking about. Now, I have some more sentences, and I'm going to leave out the word, one of the words, and give you an option which words that you could use there, and you tell me the correct word. So first of all, we should either use taught or learn in the sentence, and you figure out which one you need. So the first sentence is, Mrs. Jones blank us how to floss our teeth in health class. Which word should you use there? Mrs. Jones taught, right? Because she gave you that knowledge. Now the next sentence, what did you blank in arithmetic yesterday? Which word should you use there? Taught or learn? What did you learn? Because we're talking about obtaining knowledge. Now the next sentence, I will blank how to play the piano. Taught or learn? I will learn how to play the piano, because we're talking about obtaining knowledge again. Now, I have 3 more sentences, and you should either use can or may. So the first sentence, blank, you touch your toes without bending your knees. Which word should you use there? You should use can, okay? Because we're talking about if you have the ability to do it, not if you have the permission to do it. Next sentence, mother says I, blank, have 2 cookies for a snack before supper. Can or may? We already know that you can, probably, right? You have the ability to eat 2 cookies before supper, but may you? So, may is the word we want to use there. Now, our last sentence, may I go to the library today? Psst, I just gave you the answer. Blank, I go to the library today. May or can? Actually, can would be a fairly good option to use right now because we can't go to the library, right? So can I go to the library? No, you can't. May I go to the library? No, you mayn't. Okay, so you could actually use either there. Right now, you could. Okay, so in our lesson today on page 251, you need to choose the correct word for think A and B. And on the next page, you need to think A, write if the sentence is correct, write if it's not correct, and if it's incorrect, underline the word that is used incorrectly. Work your lesson very carefully, make sure you get each section completed, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.